Aussie athletes, listen up. The Australian Olympic Committee has decreed that in Paris 2024, once your event is over, you'll have 48 hours to pack up your stuff and get out.
Oh my word, look at that.
Sure, you can stay in town to attend the closing ceremony, but it'll be at your own expense, with 3-star hotel rooms starting at around $600 per night. The AOC says it has the approval of the Athletes Commission, and it's all about giving our athletes the best chance of winning, because a similar on-your-bike system worked so well during COVID times in Tokyo.
One of the great lessons from that was we found that by athletes leaving the games within about 48 hours meant that the athletes still competing. In the second week, we were able to compete uninterrupted. It's just being able to give everyone that fair go.
However, some Aussie Olympians are gobsmacked, with pool hero James Magnussen labelling the decision shameful. Another swimming great, Gian Rooney, adding,
"It diminishes the Olympic experience. It's actually inspiring to see people walk around the village who have won medals. A lot of the best memories I have are of getting dressed up and going and supporting my teammates."
The Australian way is to get around your mates, to cheer on guys and girls who have gone through the ringer. And for the AOC to take it away, I think, is un-Australian.
I can totally understand the disappointment, but we have to get the balance right.
4 years is a bloody long time to train, prepare and compete at the highest level. So once they're done, should our athletes be allowed to stay in the village and drink it in?
It's 48 hours, so there's still a bit of time to have a bit of a party after you finish your competition.
48 hours isn't enough time to really let our hair down. They need more time. The athletes deserve more time, and I think the AOC should give it to them.
Well, Kate Campbell is an Olympic swimming gold medalist and chair of the Australian Olympic Committee Athletes Commission. Kate, good to see you. What is your position on all of this?
Yeah, well, I've seen there's been a lot of discussion about it, but my position and the position that we took to the AOC was that it's a performance-first environment in the Olympic Village. And I think that the best way to ensure that an athlete has a good experience at an Olympic Games is to ensure that they have everything they need to have a really good performance. And unfortunately for some athletes, they may feel that leaving the village 48 hours after they finish competing is impacting on their Olympic experience, but we're here to tell you that it's actually going to enhance people's performance, which I think that everyone can agree that once you've done well, you tend to be pretty happy.
But Kate Campbell, come on. You athletes, you deserve a party. You need a party once it's all over. And, like, that is what part of the Olympic experience is about, isn't it? Why should this stop?
Oh, no one is banning parties. Can I just say that there will be parties? The parties will go on. They'll just go on outside the Olympic Village. We will take our partying to the streets of Paris or anywhere in Europe or even back in Australia with your friends and family. But this is not a ban on partying. Let me just be very clear about that.
Are you saying, though, that spewing swimmers is not conducive to athletes preparing for their competition in the second week?
Well, I don't know about you, but the sound of someone retching next to me doesn't really put a fire in my belly and say it's time to perform at the highest level and win an Olympic gold medal.
Well,
usually,
I think we should agree to disagree on that one.
Well, you know what? Whatever works for you. How many Olympic medals have you won?
Oh, I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, we're going back to the board. We're not sure yet, so I'll come back to you on that.
Well, if we're going to put this into some kind of perspective, Kate, then from a former teammate of yours who has won Olympic medals, James Magnussen says that this ban is taking away a once-in-a-lifetime experience that should not be taken away from athletes. So could it be the reality is that athletes are divided on this?
Oh, I think that not everyone is going to like it. But what we're asking is for people to understand it. And it is all about performance. And we saw in Tokyo where we had to leave 48 hours after our competition ended. It actually really boosted performance. And the medical staff who were in the village were able to treat athletes who were still competing, not athletes who had tripped over in the gutter or were vomiting in the gutter or needed to be picked up from all kinds of places all around the host city. So it really allows the personnel in the village to focus on the athletes who are performing, not on the athletes who have finished competing. But I just want to be clear that athletes should go and celebrate making an Olympic Games and going to an Olympics. Whether or not you win a medal is a huge achievement, and we don't want to take away from that at all. And the Athletes Commission are going to make sure that we work really closely with the Australian Olympic Committee to make sure that there are some really good functions back at home where athletes can plug into that Olympic experience and that Olympic feel and still celebrate.
Kate, whilst I agree that in the short term this might be a good thing, if we don't allow athletes to stay and socialise, how will we get the super international athlete bred, which is the whole point of the Olympics?
I know. What are we going to do with that giant bowl of condoms that sit in the village? It's just not going to get touched anymore. Going and for the, they're the green and gold condoms for the gland down under. And, we're really going to miss an opportunity to use them.
You can't rob the team of those, Kate.
I mean, you have to make some sacrifices here. I mean, we can't have everything in life. And hopefully we'll be making some other opportunities for athletes to meet and mingle and still have that Olympic experience, just maybe outside of the Olympic Village. Maybe they can provide their own form of protection.
Kate Campbell, all the best for Paris, and I hope your friends invite you to parties again in the future.
I hope so too. Thanks, guys.